What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review, excuse me, for Marriage Bootcamp Season 19, Episode 1. So, listen, y'all know how this goes. It's 19 episodes. We know how this works out, right? We have the introduction. All the couples come in. They're introduced to Dr. Ish and Judge Toller. And they had to go before the judge and basically talk about why they're there, what the issues are that they're working on. Then they have to go through the rooms. Each room is named after something different as it relates to the couples. And then we see the rooms unveiled. And then there we go. So let's go step by step. So let's talk about the couples. So couple number one, we have Richard Dollars and Mariah Lynn. If you don't know who they are, both of them are from Love and Hip Hop. Now, Rich was in the industry. He's management. He's worked for... it wasn't Bad Boy, but anyway, one of those record labels back in the 90s, child. I don't know. But he's probably at this point best known for Love and Hip Hop New York, The Creep Squad. Mariah Lynn, also Love and Hip Hop New York. She had a couple of songs. Her most famous is probably Once Upon a Time, where the first line infamously says, "Once upon a time I was a hoe, but I'm admitting it." Or however the damn line go. I just know she called herself a hoe, child. Now, they say that they have been together for 10 years off and on, and their biggest problem is that she won't claim him publicly. They have trust issues, and Rich's thing is he doesn't know what it is that stops him from claiming her publicly. They talked about the fact that they've done some really nasty things to each other online. They've called each other some really nasty things, and it just, it's been a bad thing. So they're there to figure out what it is that stops him from 100% committing to a relationship with her and a public relationship with her. She said, listen, this is it. Either we figure it out or we're going to have to go our separate ways. Okay. Then we have Gangsta Boo and Emmett. Now, Gangsta Boo is from Memphis. She is, she says she's the blueprint. And honestly, if you know people that are really into hip-hop and really into female MCs, Gangsta Boo's name will come up, right? 3-6 Mafia, all of that. Her man, Emmett is a white guy, but he's a rapper, well-known rapper, podcaster. They met on tour. They've been dating for a few years. And again, one of his issues is that he has anger issues, and he feels like she's disrespectful. I think her drinking is going to become an issue because it was mentioned. And then at one point during this process, baby, she done fell asleep. Okay, she done tapped out and fell asleep. Now, her falling asleep doesn't necessarily mean that she was drunk. I'm just telling you. I've seen this show enough to know that I feel like that's going to become an issue. Not like, what's my man from the Dog Pound? Not corrupt level issue, but issue. Then we have A1 and Lyrica. Again, they are great songwriters in their own right, but they probably, for most people, are better known for being on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. We know that they got together, they were married, then they had this breakup, and they had a baby, and they got back together, and then they broke up, and right now they're not even living together, and this is basically sort of like their last attempt to make it work. According to Lyrica, A1, she forgave him, and then he cheated again, and for her, she's just done. I guess either he convinced her to go on the show, or she really wants to try to make it work, and gonna give it one more try. Now, his thing is, listen, I done cheated. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to front. I have cheated. But what I don't understand is why her cheating don't count. And her thing was, I didn't cheat on him until I felt like we were gone. We were done. We were no longer in a relationship. And that was it. Like, I didn't cheat until I felt like the relationship was over. Okay. Then we have K. Michelle and her boyfriend, Kassan, I believe it is. He's a dentist. Now, they've known each other since high school. And basically, K. Michelle's issue is she has figured it all out. She knows what she wants. And if you've been watching K. Michelle for a long time, she's been talking about she wants the kids and the twins, and she's ready for this part of her life, and she wants to be married, and she wants to be... And he's not necessarily saying this is what he's ready for. He's not ready to commit to kids and, the happily ever after white picket fence type lifestyle. And so that is really where their issue is. And like, you know, Judge Tola said to K Michelle, like, you have it all figured out. Where does he fit in? Like, basically, you figured your story out. You're just taking any man and plucking him in. And where does that fit? So those are the couples, those are the issues. And again, like I said, they go before Judge Toller, they talk about all of this, and then it's time to pick the rooms, right? So let's get into these rooms, child. So the 4 rooms are called Combat Zone, Player Palace, VIP, which is Vain, Mature, Petty, and Fairy Tale Failure. And of course, they have to agree. All 4 of them have to agree. I mean, all of them have to unanimously agree on whose room belongs to whom. And so we ended up having K Michelle and Kastan in the Fairy Tale Failure, which is accurate. A1 and Lyrica were in the VIP, Vain, Mature, Petty, which is accurate. Gangsta Boo and Emmett were in the Combat Zone, and then Rich Dollars and Mariah Lynn were in Player Palace. So of course, you know, the rooms have a theme. So the Combat Zone room, of course, they had like boxing gloves, and they had a boxing thing. The Fairy Tale Palace, they had a broken crown for both the man and the woman. The VIP room was the biggest room. It was like the master suite, but of course, you know, they had pictures of the worst things they've ever said to each other up there. And one of the things they had up there for Lyrica is that, you know, I wish you would die. And of course, Lyrica was like, did I say that? Did I really say that? Yeah. Gangsta Boo had up there that she called him a broke bitch, you know. So Dr. Ish is coming around room to room, talking to each person and sort of getting a feel for where they are. And when he was talking to K Michelle, was very interesting because he was talking to K Michelle and she kept talking about what she wanted. And he was like, are you noticing that you're not mentioning him at all? Like, he doesn't have any part in this. So she was talking about a kid, and he wouldn't commit. He would not commit to a child. And then he finally just said, listen, I'm not ready to commit to having a child yet. Like, that's just not where I am right now. And what I find to be interesting is, then I feel like that means the relationship should be over at this point. Listen, at a point in our lives, we have to get to a point where love is great, but if you're not servicing me in what I need in my life at this moment, then it's nice. We could be friends, but I'm too old to be, like, you want children. Like, you're too old to waste time in a relationship that's not going to give you what you want. If you're very clear in what you want and having children is a non-negotiable, then he's not the one. You know, and he might be a really nice guy, and that doesn't mean that he's a bad person because he's not ready to commit to children. But if you're ready for children, I'm not sure where the compromise comes in. And she was very upset. She was crying because I think she was finally hearing what he was saying. And I don't know if he'd never been that blunt about it before, or maybe in that environment it just hit home. Like, I'm not sure. But the fact that he was very definitive in how he felt, I don't know. Then we get over to Lyrica and A1, and the conversation seemed like it started off productive, but it quickly went downhill, and basically we end up with the whole, you know, why won't you just admit, you know, why can't, you know, you admit that you cheated too? And she was like, but I didn't cheat. And he was like, I just don't understand why what she did doesn't count, but but I'm the big bad wolf and I'm so horrible and I treated her so bad, but nothing she did counts. Nothing that she did to me matters, you know. And she said, but I didn't cheat. You know, she said, when I moved out, I thought it was over. In my mind, the relationship was over. There was no reconciliation. So yeah, I dated after the fact, but we weren't even living together. And so they got to arguing, and honestly, I'm not sure where the conversation went left, because I feel like Dr. Ish was kind of with A1 on that, but then Lyrica started kind of, you know, going back and you know, she was like, but I didn't cheat. He cheats all the time. He cheats repeatedly. And I mean, I guess her attitude was, well, at what point do we move forward? I mean, I guess his attitude. And then finally he was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing this. Bring me my bags. I quit. I'm gone. I'm not going, you know, I'm not going to sit here and just keep being beat up on. Like, that's not what I'm here for. And she was like, bye. You can go. Bye. So, child, I don't know where we go with this, but that's where the episode ended. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.